All right, welcome back to Bayou Time as we continue to showcase candidates for Terrebonne Parish President. And one of those candidates is Dirk Guidry. A lot of you know Dirk. So, Dirk, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thank you for inviting me, Martin. Doing pretty good. Doing
Yeah.
pretty good. We can't complain too much.
And first of all, thank you for running. I want to thank all the candidates for running because it's not easy to do, is it?
No, it's not at all, Martin. You do it for the betterment of the community. You do it from the bottom of your heart. So, yes, it's very hard to do.
Yeah. For the people that may not know you, I mean, I had you on the one-on-one program years ago, but a lot of people know you. Some don't. You're running for parish president, which is a parish-wide election. Tell us a little bit about Dirk Guidry.
Dirk Guidry. Dirk Guidry is a lifelong resident of Chauvin, Louisiana. My family's roots run deep in Terrebonne Parish. I grew up in the bayous as a bayou kid. I attended South Terrebonne High School. Upon graduating from high school, I joined the United States Air Force, served for 6 years, lived in many states in the United States, lived in Germany, Thailand, and I served my country well. Upon returning from the service, I became a commercial fisherman, shrimp for about 3 years. While I got out of the service, I went and used some of my benefits, and I went to auto body school, which I opened the shop and worked at for 12 years. And then during that time, my travels throughout the whole country and the world, I've seen how pizza places all over the country, that's before we had all the Domino's and Papa John's all over. And my lifelong ambition was to open a pizza restaurant. And about 10, 12 years after returning, I got with my banker and he gave me the go ahead and we opened Pizza Express. We've been in business for 29 years. We've had 2 locations, but Hurricane Ida decided that I didn't need one of them. So we're in the process of maybe in the future back reopening it, own many story buildings. I've been married for 37 years to my beautiful wife, Wendy. I have two daughters and I have 3 beautiful, beautiful granddaughters. And life is good, Martin, but it's what you make of it and what you do with it. So and God's given me the opportunities in Terrebonne Parish, and the people that I serve and I live with have given me the opportunity to be able to serve the people of Terrebonne Parish.
All right, thank you for that, Dirk. As we all know, the parish administration, the parish president, has to submit a capital outlay, proposal to the state each and every year. Got to have different priorities. We got to really sort of set the plan for the parish as to what we need in Terrebonne Parish. If you were elected parish president, what would Dirk Guidry's capital outlay be? What would be on top of the list, and sort of bring us through some important things that you think should be on that list?
Martin, I think one top priority would be to build a different bridge over the Intercoastal Canal. As we've seen for the last few days, there was a wreck in the tunnel. The Bayou du Large Bridge is out, and it causes a big traffic jam downtown Houma. We passed the other day, me and my daughter. It took us over 30 minutes just to get across the bridge right here, the twin span. So that's one of the major, major projects, but we need to see about getting the state DOTD to finance major road projects in Terrebonne Parish. I've seen where the state just gave out $168 million of road projects throughout the state, and none of them are coming to Terrebonne Parish. So we need to push our delegation that serves us in Baton Rouge to get us more funding for these highways, because if anybody that lives in Terrebonne Parish or comes to Terrebonne Parish knows that when they drive down these roads, they're in deplorable condition. And we want new businesses and different people to come to Terrebonne Parish, but when you're in the Terrebonne Parish, our roads are deplorable. The grass is tall, the ditches are dirty, the trash is all over the place. And Martin, talking about trash, the parish is pretty filthy right now, and we need to get something done. But all these trash that you see on the side of the road, it's not people driving off of Interstate 10 coming to Terrebonne Parish to throw that trash out the windows. It's the residents of Terrebonne Parish. We need to get pride back in our people to keep our parish clean.
Because I've seen after Ida, the trailers, and everybody loads debris up and they're driving, and a lot of it flies out. So after Ida, it really, but hopefully that'll curtail. We'll get back, because I know our locals have done a pretty good job. And that's one of the things, the state and the parish always get mixed up. People think something is a parish road, and it's really a state road. So educating them is pretty important too.
For sure, Martin, especially we get a lot of complaints about the tall grass on the side of the roads, and people can't distinguish between a parish road and a state highway. But you know, Martin, as the council, we've tried to work with the state to cut out grass on the side of the road. They are required to cut the grass 3 to 4 times a year on the side of our state highways, and that's been very neglected. We've tried to work with them for them to be able to come and cut the grass, but without them doing it, we've asked them if they could pay the parish to cut grass on the side of the roads, and that's not going to be feasible because they won't pay enough. There's 200 and something miles of state highways to cut on the sides of our highways, but we're going to have to work with it. And I think with the new administration coming in at Baton Rouge, we have a new person in charge of DOTD. If we can't get it done, I think it's a responsibility of the parish president to go knock on the governor's door and demand that something's done to clean up this parish, because we live in a great parish and we need it cleaned up.
All right, well, let's do this. We'll take a short break. We'll come back and more with candidate for parish president Dirk Guidry. It's all next.
Here in South Louisiana, we know how important it is to protect our families.
When one of our neighbors is injured because of someone else's neglect, our team is compelled to use our experience, skills, and knowledge to seek justice and hold wrongdoers accountable. If you've been injured and want to know your rights, call St. Martin and Bourke today.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport. And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish.
We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
All right, we're back with the candidate for parish president, Dirk Guidry. We appreciate him being here. And Dirk, I think every parish president, God, I've had 8 parish presidents since we started HTV. They've all had their strong points. I don't think anyone would disagree with the fact that the last administration, Mr. Doves, we have had unprecedented amount of levees, water structures, but there's still a lot of work to do. There's still the Barrier Island projects. There's still projects all over the place that need to be done. But of course, when each parish president gets in, they may have a different vision. What would your vision be on Raccoon Island, Timberlake Island, Whiskey Island, all those barrier islands, on the levees and on the pump stations and other things, what would you do if you were parish president?
Well, Martin, if you could recall this gentleman that used to call you at night when you were alive, Mr. Rome, rocks, Martin.
Yeah.
We need to make sure these beaches are rocked. We've done them at Coon Point. They've done some at Grand Isle, segmented water rocks, and it seems to be building these islands back up. I know at Grand Isle where they put them in, where there used to be 9 foot of water, you could walk now, you know. But that, and we do, and give it to Mr. Dove, we've done a great job on our levees and our pump stations.
And we got to give credit to the levee district leadership of Tony Alford. He's been relentless.
For
with
sure,
others, yeah.
For sure. Tony and Reggie have done an outstanding job. You know, we passed that quarter-cent sales tax and we built the Bubba Dove, and the people started seeing, hey, maybe we can do something to protect Terrebonne Parish. And we went out for a half-cent sales tax, which passed by 80% in Terrebonne Parish. That's unprecedented for a tax to pass by that much. But we finally are raising our levies to 15 foot high. The federal government has finally come in and is going to give us a hand with $380-something million, I believe it is. We're going to build a lock system on the Intercoastal Canal by La Rose, one in Western Terrebonne Parish. And right now they're rebuilding the Humboldt Canal pump station. So there's a lot of progress going on, Martin, but it's an ongoing procedure that'll never be complete in Terrebonne Parish, so we can protect us. But with 15-foot levees, we're going to be a little bit more protected.
Anything you would change on the current plan? You know, each parish president's going to have their own rules, their own things they want to see through, their own maintenance programs. Some may want to do the marshes quicker. Anything you would change, or do you think it's pretty good the way it is?
On our levee, with the levee board, I think I wouldn't change a thing, Martin. They're doing a fantastic job on some of our parish levees and different flood things that we have to do in Terrebonne Parish. There are a few things that I think that we need to do. There are land bridges that need to be made to stop saltwater intrusion into some of these basins. We need a couple of them in Lake Boudreaux, Lake Quitman area, where we can slow these waters down, because this last storm on Hurricane Ida, on the inside of our levees, we had people that flooded inside the levees with 9.5 foot of water. So if we could build these rocks along some of these highways and build these land bridges to stop some of this water. But the deal is with this hurricane, that the wind blew for so long and so hard in a certain way, it was wind-driven waters that flooded these people. So we need to do something with that. And also, it's a project that needs to be done. There's 3 miles of levee in the back of the jailhouse on our parish levees that have not been completed. So if we ever have a storm that would come in from a different direction and blow as hard as Hurricane Ida did, we'd have flooding in East Houma, the hospital, and around the port. So that's one major step that needs to be done to protect the East Houma area.
Yeah, let's hope we don't see Ida again.
Let's hope we don't.
Let's talk about oil and gas. I think we could all agree also that oil and gas has been the mainstay of our economy. Yeah, we've had tremendous other assets of our economy, medical, all kind of different things when you look at it. But without oil and gas, we lose sort of the heart of the economy. We got a lot of people in the oil and gas industry who are threatening to leave Terrebonne Parish. What would you do as parish president, not only to woo them in, but to make sure that they're here to stay and that they're a mainstay in the community?
Well, one thing for certain, Martin, is, you know, instead of going out, well, we still need to go out and try to bring new businesses in here, but our TITA board and the parish government needs to make sure that we could keep these all fuel companies in Terrebonne Parish. Whether we have to go out and talk to them, and I don't, you know, if we have to beg them to stay, Martin, we really have to keep them here. Is the life and blood, like you said, of Terrebonne Parish. It's been here forever, and we need to keep it here. We've been hurt with the federal government, with the regulations of stopping pipelines, stopping drilling, but that's something that we really need to do, is work on these. New Orleans used to have a lot of Fortune 500 companies that moved to Texas. We need to bring some of these companies back to Terrebonne Parish and show them what a great parish that we live in.
Yeah, and no doubt. And Of course, there's been some legal battles with the oil companies, too, that are involved. So how do you see that in the horizon? What would you do as parish president to get everybody at the table together and say, guys, can we work it out? What would be your strategic move there?
First of all, Martin, I would not sue the oil companies. We need the oil companies to survive and thrive in Terrebonne Parish, like they're the heartbeat of our economy. You know, that and the shrimping industry, which is on the decline as we speak. But oil companies are the life of our community. We're going to have the airport that services the oil fields that are coming in with a major drone project that can employ up to 1,040 people. They're going to build their own power plant. They're going to build their own fire stations. This is something that we really need right now to push for with the decline of the oil, with the decline of the oil field, the decline of the fishing industry. Our jobs are leaving. Our kids are leaving. We need to educate our kids and figure a way where we could keep our kids in Terrebonne Parish.
All right, let's hold that thought. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with our final segment with candidate for parish president, Mr. Dirk Guidry. Don't go away.
Terrebonne General Health System is the largest healthcare resource in southeast Louisiana, offering a high-tech and high-touch style of healing. World-renowned services include cardiology, women's health, cancer care, and a healthy lifestyle center.
This is a true calling for all the physicians, nurses, and staff who make up our proud Terrebonne General family. We are here to provide health care for our community.
To discover more, please visit tghealthsystem.com.
Don't give up. At Waits & Downer Law Firm, we want to make sure that you have all the facts when dealing with your insurance company. We have the legal experience and ability to make them pay. Get the help you need. At Waits & Downer, it's our goal to not only get you a full damage recovery, but to get the insurance company to reimburse your legal fees. Call today for a free consultation. We are local and we are here to stay. Let our years of experience work for you.
A.J. Doman Chevrolet is happy to announce that we're South Louisiana's newest Car Bravo dealer. Now you can buy any used car or truck with the confidence of a certified warranty and over 4,000 dealers to back it up. Not finding what you're looking for? Car Bravo offers up to an additional 500 units available online.
Visit us on the web at ajdomanchevy.com or at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick.
Welcome back. We're with Dirk Guidry, candidate for Terrebonne Parish president, and we appreciate him being here once again. Thank you, Dirk.
Thank you, Martin.
Planning and zoning. I can't tell you how many times I've been at lunch and I've heard somebody have a different opinion about planning and zoning. Currently, the parish does their own permitting. They review the plans. In the past, or other administrations, it went to other areas. What would be your policy? What do you see as planning and zoning, and what would you do as parish president?
Well, as we speak right now, we have a great planning and zoning department. Mr. Chris Pulaski does an outstanding job. He might have a few things too many on his shoulders, but I would basically keep it the same, Martin. We're doing a great job, even with this hurricane that we've had. I've had very few complaints on planning and zoning, but I would keep it just like it is.
All right. Home insurance, business insurance. And you're right. You made the right expression there, because everybody is exasperated about what they're seeing as their premiums coming in. Some people cannot get insurance. As parish president, you don't really make the policy on it, but you sure can pick up the phone or, like you say, go knock on somebody's door, the insurance commissioner or state legislators or federal elected officials. What would Dirk Guidry do to to get the message about insurance in our parish?
First of all, let's try to stop FEMA 2.0, Martin, just a killer for Terrebonne Parish. Another thing we have to look at is our flood insurances, where these insurance companies receive 1/3 of the policies that we pay for. So every time you pay $1,000, these insurance agents get $1,000, and they have no liability and no expense. So, but I would see about maybe sending out state legislation to see if, or federal legislation to see if we can reduce that prices. But it's killing us, Martin. You know, it used to be the people down the bayou had this problem, but it seems like it's moving up to the areas of Summerfield and all these places up north of the parish. It's a killer, Martin. It's making our families move out of Terrebonne Parish. So whatever we can do to help the people with the insurance prices, I'll do it. Our elderly can't survive right now. They're on fixed incomes and their insurance rates are going out of this world. They can't survive. They either got to eat or pay insurance, and what's happening is they're just not paying insurance.
Currently, we have about 3 crews that go around the parish, replacing panels, curbs, re-asphalting potholes, which we all know happens in South Louisiana,
For sure.
Terrebonne Parish. Is that a good plan? What do you see? Is it working, or what would you do to change it, if anything?
Martin, that's one of the biggest emphasis I would have to do as parish president, is take care of our parish highways and roads and bridges. Our bridges are falling apart. We just shut down the Mandalay Bridge on Bayou Black. We need to, I would say, there's money's going to be coming in with this FEMA money. I know a lot of this money is dedicated, but we need to spend as much as that money on our infrastructure, on roads and bridges, and we need to work with the parish council to make sure that they give us funds so we can fix these roads.
Yeah, you mentioned Mandalay. Would you rebuild that one? I think was there a plan to do a something different on that?
I really haven't heard too much, Michelle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But, you know, we really need to look at if we need to replace it or not. But there are a lot of bridges in Terrebonne that need to be replaced.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about a big one-word topic, recreation.
My God.
We've had so many shows on recreation, and to be or not to be, it just depends on, we have recreation districts. Who should control it? Should the parish control it? Should the recreation districts control things? What would a Dirk Guidry administration do with recreation?
Martin, that's been a touchy topic. You know that we went to, there's 4 rec districts that went to vote on seeing if they wanted to consolidate, and it failed by a big margin. I think all these recreation districts just want to be individual recreation districts for certain parts of their area. I know, like what we've done in Chauvin, Montague, in the Berg area is we've just bought property on Klondike Road, and we are not duplicating what Montague's doing, what Berg's doing. So we're each doing our individual things where the greater community could go. If they want to play football, they have a field. If they want to play baseball, they got a field. And if they want to just go recreate at parks, they have fields. I think what they did with the rule books to come up with the rules for everybody to be on all the rec districts to be on the same page is a great idea. It helps Candace Malton out, our CFO. Mm-hmm. But I think really our recreation districts want to be individual.
Okay. With about a minute and a half left, I've seen our federal elected officials. They become bigger than life. You see John Kennedy all the time on TV, on Fox News. You see Steve Scalise, who's ascended into the hierarchy of the Republican Party. As parish president, you would have to occasionally pick up that phone or grab them out in the crowd and pull them to the side and say, hey, listen, we're in trouble here. We need your help. How well you think you could do that?
Martin, you've seen me in action. You know what I mean? I'll do what I have to do for the citizens of Terrebonne Parish. If I have to pull them on the side, and I've done this with the governor and got some progress done. So, and we have a great delegation. I mean, they're all great people. I think their heart's at the right place, but sometimes they may forget a little bit where they came from. But we need to work with our congressional delegation and our U.S. senators to make sure that they know what's going on, because they all live in Washington, D.C. most of the time, and they visit quite often the Terrebonne Parish in the state of Louisiana. But we need to make sure that they're aware of the problems that we have. And one problem I would really fuss with them with is the imports of shrimp into this country. It's killing our fishermen, Martin.
Yeah, local.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dirk. We appreciate it. Good luck, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Martin, for having us. And
right.
congratulations to everyone else running.
There you go, Dirk Guidry. We'll be back.